The molting maze, navigating the challenges of racing pigeons during molting. As a pigeon fancier, you're no stranger to the ups and downs of racing pigeon ownership. From the thrill of watching your birds soar to the frustration of dealing with injuries and illnesses, every season brings its own unique challenges. One of the most significant hurdles many pigeon enthusiasts face is the molt, a natural process that can wreak havoc on your team's performance. In this blog, we'll delve into the world of racing pigeons during molting, exploring the causes, symptoms, and strategies for minimizing the impact of this critical period. What is molting? Before we dive into the specifics, let's start with the basics. Molting is the process by which pigeons shed and replace their feathers. This natural process occurs twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall, and is essential for maintaining the health and integrity of their plumage. During molting, pigeons will stop preening and grooming themselves, allowing their old feathers to fall out and new ones to grow in. The challenges of molting? While molting is a necessary process, it can be a significant challenge for racing pigeons. Here are just a few reasons why. Loss of condition. As pigeons stop eating and drinking during molting, they can quickly lose condition and weight. This can make them more susceptible to illness and injury, and can also impact their performance on the racecourse. Reduced flight performance. Molting pigeons often have a reduced ability to fly, which can make it difficult to train and compete. This can be especially problematic for young birds, which may not have developed the necessary strength and endurance. Increased risk of injury. As pigeons lose their feathers, they can become more vulnerable to injury. This is particularly true for birds that are still in the process of growing in their new feathers, which can be brittle and prone to breakage. Disruption of training and racing schedules. Molting can disrupt your training and racing schedule, as pigeons may not be able to fly or perform at their best. This can be frustrating and challenging, especially if you have a busy racing calendar. Symptoms of molting. So, how can you tell if your pigeons are molting? Here are some common symptoms to look out for. Feather loss. The most obvious sign of molting is feather loss. Pigeons will start to lose their feathers, which can be a gradual process or sudden, depending on the individual bird. Reduced appetite. As pigeons stop eating and drinking during molting, they may lose their appetite or become picky about their food. Changes in behavior. Molting pigeons may become more lethargic or withdrawn, and may stop interacting with their flockmates. Changes in plumage. As new feathers grow in, pigeons may develop a patchy or uneven appearance. Strategies for minimizing the impact of molting. While molting is a natural process, there are several strategies you can use to minimize its impact on your racing pigeons. Provide a balanced diet. Make sure your pigeons are receiving a balanced diet that includes plenty of protein, vitamins, and minerals. This will help support their overall health and well-being during the molting process. Maintain a clean and hygienic environment. Keep your loft clean and free of disease, as molting pigeons are more susceptible to illness. Reduce stress. Minimize stress by providing a calm and peaceful environment, and avoiding sudden changes or disruptions to your pigeon's routine. Monitor your pigeon's condition. Keep a close eye on your pigeon's condition, and make adjustments to their diet and care as needed. Provide adequate rest and recovery time. Allow your pigeons to rest and recover during the molting process, rather than pushing them too hard or expecting them to perform at their best. Consider supplementing with vitamins and minerals. Certain vitamins and minerals, such as calcium and vitamin D, can help support feather growth and overall health during the molting process. Keep your pigeon's loft well ventilated. Good ventilation is essential for maintaining a healthy environment, and can help reduce the risk of disease during the molting process. Tips for racing pigeons during molting. While molting can be a challenging time for racing pigeons, there are several tips you can use to minimize its impact on your team's performance. Reduce the frequency of training flights. During the molting process, reduce the frequency of your training flights to avoid putting too much stress on your pigeons. Focus on shorter flights. Instead of pushing your pigeons to fly long distances, focus on shorter flights that allow them to conserve energy and maintain their condition. Use visual aids to guide your pigeons. Visual aids, such as balloons or flags, can help guide your pigeons back to the loft, reducing the need for long flights and minimizing stress. Consider using a molting loft. If you have a large team of pigeons, consider setting up a separate molting loft where they can rest and recover during the molting process. Keep your pigeons' loft well lit. Good lighting can help stimulate your pigeons' appetite and encourage them to eat and drink during the molting process. Conclusion. Molting is a natural process that can have a significant impact on your racing pigeons. By understanding the causes, symptoms, and strategies for minimizing its impact, you can help your team stay healthy and perform at their best, even during this critical period. Remember to provide a balanced diet, maintain a clean and hygienic environment, reduce stress, and monitor your pigeons' condition to ensure they receive the care they need during the molting process. With patience, attention to detail, and a little creativity, you can help your pigeons thrive, even during the challenges of molting. The mysterious world of molting and racing pigeons. Why do they molt? As a pigeon fancier, you're no stranger to the fascinating world of racing pigeons. From the thrill of watching your birds soar to the frustration of dealing with injuries and illnesses, every season brings its own unique challenges. One of the most intriguing and complex aspects of pigeon care is the process of molting. But why do racing pigeons molt? In this article, we'll delve into the world of molting, exploring the reasons behind this natural process and what it means for your beloved birds. What is molting? Before we dive into the whys and wherefores of molting, let's start with the basics. Molting is the process by which pigeons shed and replace their feathers. This natural process occurs twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall, and is essential for maintaining the health and integrity of their plumage. Why do racing pigeons molt? So, why do racing pigeons molt? The answer lies in the intricate balance of their physiology and the demands of their environment. Here are some of the key reasons why racing pigeons molt. Feather replacement. As pigeons grow and mature, their feathers wear out and become damaged. Molting allows them to replace these worn-out feathers with new, healthy ones, ensuring they remain protected and aerodynamic. Thermoregulation. Pigeons need to maintain a precise body temperature to regulate their metabolism and energy production. Molting helps them achieve this by replacing old, insulating feathers with new ones that provide better insulation. Waterproofing. Pigeons are exposed to the elements, and their feathers play a crucial role in keeping them dry and warm. Molting ensures they have a fresh, waterproof coat to protect them from the rain, wind, and cold. Pest control. Molting helps pigeons rid themselves of external parasites, such as mites and lice, which can feed on their feathers and cause discomfort. Energy conservation. During molting, pigeons conserve energy by reducing their activity levels and relying on stored fat reserves. This helps them survive during periods of food scarcity or harsh weather conditions. Hormonal regulation. Molting is triggered by hormonal changes, which help regulate the pigeon's reproductive cycle and ensure they're ready to breed and raise young. Evolutionary adaptation. Molting is an evolutionary adaptation that allows pigeons to adapt to changing environmental conditions, such as temperature fluctuations, humidity, and food availability. The molting process? The molting process is a complex and intricate process that involves several stages. Pre-molting. Pigeons begin to prepare for molting by slowing down their activity levels, reducing their food intake, and storing fat reserves. Molting. Pigeons start shedding their old feathers, which can take several weeks to complete. Post-molting. Pigeons begin to grow new feathers, which can take several months to complete. Managing molting in racing pigeons. As a pigeon fancier, it's essential to understand and manage the molting process to ensure your birds remain healthy and perform at their best. Here are some tips for managing molting in racing pigeons. Provide a balanced diet. Ensure your pigeons receive a balanced diet that meets their nutritional needs during molting. Maintain a clean and hygienic environment. Keep the loft clean and free of disease, as molting pigeons are more susceptible to illness. Reduce stress. Minimize stress by providing a calm and peaceful environment, and avoiding sudden changes or disruptions to your pigeon's routine. Monitor your pigeon's condition. Keep a close eye on your pigeon's condition, and make adjustments to their diet and care as needed. Consider supplementing with vitamins and minerals. Certain vitamins and minerals, such as calcium and vitamin D, can help support feather growth and overall health during the molting process. Conclusion. Molting is a natural and essential process for racing pigeons, allowing them to replace worn-out feathers, regulate their body temperature, and conserve energy. By understanding the reasons behind molting and managing the process effectively, you can help your pigeons thrive and perform at their best. Remember to provide a balanced diet, maintain a clean and hygienic environment, reduce stress, and monitor your pigeon's condition to ensure they receive the care they need during this critical period. With patience, attention to detail, and a little creativity, you can help your pigeons soar to new heights, even during the challenges of molting. Certainly, I'd be happy to write 3,000 words on the molt in racing pigeons. This is quite a detailed topic, so I'll break it down into several key sections. I'll begin with an overview, then dive into the specifics of the molting process, its impact on racing performance, management strategies for pigeon fanciers, and more. Let me know if you'd like me to elaborate on any particular section as we go through this. The molt in racing pigeons, a comprehensive overview. 1. Introduction to molting in pigeons. 2. The biological process of molting. 3. Timing and stages of the molt. 4. Impact of molting on racing performance. 5. Nutritional considerations during molt. 6. Environmental factors affecting molt. 7. Managing pigeons during molt. 8. Common problems and health issues related to molt. 9. Breeding and molt interactions. 10. Advanced techniques for optimizing molt. 11. The role of genetics in molting. 12. Future directions in molt management. 1. Introduction to molting in pigeons. Molting is a natural and crucial process in the life cycle of all birds, including racing pigeons. It involves the systematic replacement of old feathers with new ones, ensuring that the bird maintains optimal flight capabilities and overall health. For racing pigeon enthusiasts, understanding and managing the molt is essential for maintaining a competitive edge in the sport. The molt is not merely a superficial change in a pigeon's appearance, it's a complex physiological process that affects the bird's entire body. During this period, pigeons experience significant changes in their metabolism, hormone levels, and energy requirements. The molt can last several months and typically occurs annually, though some birds may undergo partial molts more frequently. For racing pigeons, the timing and quality of the molt are critical factors that can make or break a racing season. A well-managed molt can lead to improved performance, while a poorly managed one can result in subpar racing results and even health issues. 2. The biological process of molting. At its core, molting is controlled by a complex interplay of hormones, primarily influenced by changes in daylight hours, photoperiod. As days begin to shorten in late summer and early fall, the pigeon's pineal gland responds by altering the production of melatonin. This hormonal change triggers a cascade of events that initiate the molting process. The molt begins with the shedding of old feathers. This occurs in a specific sequence to ensure that the bird maintains its ability to fly throughout the process. Typically, the molt starts with the inner primary flight feathers and progresses outward. Simultaneously, body feathers are replaced in a patchy pattern. As old feathers are shed, new feather follicles become active. Blood flow increases to these areas, supplying the necessary nutrients for feather growth. The new feathers emerge as pin feathers, which are essentially blood-filled shafts covered by a waxy sheath. As the feather develops, the sheath is shed, revealing the new feather underneath. This process is energy-intensive, requiring significant protein synthesis and metabolic activity. Consequently, pigeons undergoing molt often experience a decrease in overall energy and may appear less active or even slightly ill. 3. Timing and stages of the molt. In racing pigeons, the annual molt typically begins in late summer or early fall, after the breeding season and the main racing season have concluded. However, the exact timing can vary based on factors such as the bird's age, health status, and environmental conditions. The molt progresses through several distinct stages. A. Pre-molt. This phase is characterized by a slight dulling of the pigeon's plumage and a decrease in overall vitality. The bird may appear less enthusiastic about flying and may spend more time preening. B. Early molt. The first feathers to be shed are usually the inner primary flight feathers. Body feathers also begin to drop, often starting around the head and neck. C. Main molt. This is the most intensive phase, where the majority of feathers are replaced. It includes the continued shedding and regrowth of flight feathers, as well as extensive replacement of body feathers. D. Late molt. The outer primary flight feathers and tail feathers are typically the last to be replaced. During this phase, the bird's overall appearance begins to improve dramatically. E. Post-molt. The molt is complete, and the pigeon sports a full set of new feathers. Energy levels and overall vitality typically increase during this phase. The entire process can take anywhere from 6 to 16 weeks, depending on various factors including the bird's age, health, and environmental conditions. 4. Impact of molting on racing performance. The molt has a significant impact on a racing pigeon's performance. During the molt, pigeons experience reduced flying ability. As flight feathers are shed and regrown, the bird's aerodynamics are compromised, affecting speed and endurance. Decreased energy levels. The energy-intensive process of growing new feathers leaves less energy available for flying and racing. Increased vulnerability. With incomplete plumage, pigeons are more susceptible to temperature fluctuations and may be less able to escape predators. Psychological effects. Molting pigeons often appear less motivated to fly and race, likely due to physical discomfort and reduced capabilities. Given these factors, most serious racing occurs outside of the main molting period. However, some races may overlap with the early or late stages of molt, requiring careful management by pigeon fanciers. 5. Nutritional considerations during molt. Proper nutrition is crucial during the molting period. The growth of new feathers requires a significant increase in protein intake, as feathers are primarily composed of keratin, a protein. Additionally, certain vitamins and minerals play key roles in feather development and overall health during molt. Key nutritional considerations include increased protein. The protein content of the diet should be increased to around 16 to 18% during molt. High-quality protein sources such as legumes, seeds, and specially formulated molt feeds are beneficial. Amino acids. Specific amino acids, particularly methionine and lysine, are crucial for feather development. Vitamins. Vitamin A is essential for feather growth, while B-complex vitamins support overall metabolism during this energy-intensive period. Minerals, calcium and phosphorus are important for feather shaft formation, while trace minerals like zinc and copper play roles in keratin synthesis. Fatty acids. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids contribute to feather quality and skin health. Many pigeon fanciers use specialized molt supplements or feeds to ensure their birds receive optimal nutrition during this critical period. 6. Environmental factors affecting molt. While the molt is primarily triggered by changes in daylight, Other environmental factors can influence its timing, duration, and quality. Temperature. Extreme temperatures, either hot or cold, can stress pigeons and affect molt progression. Humidity. High humidity can slow feather drying and increase the risk of fungal infections during molt. Lighting. Artificial lighting can be used to manipulate molt timing, though this practice is controversial in racing circles. Loft conditions, overcrowding, poor ventilation, or unsanitary conditions can negatively impact molt quality and overall health. Stress. Any form of stress, including transportation, changes in routine, or the presence of predators, can disrupt the molting process. Pigeon fanciers must carefully manage these environmental factors to ensure optimal molting conditions for their birds. 7. Managing pigeons during molt. Successful management of pigeons during molt involves a combination of nutritional, environmental, and handling strategies. Reduce flying and racing. Limit intense flying activities during the main molt to allow birds to conserve energy for feather growth. Provide a calm environment. Minimize stress by maintaining a consistent routine and limiting disturbances in the loft. Ensure proper loft conditions. Maintain good ventilation, appropriate temperature, and cleanliness to support overall health during molt. Implement a molt-specific feeding program. Adjust the diet to meet the increased nutritional demands of molting birds. Monitor individual birds. Keep a close eye on each pigeon's molt progress and overall health, addressing any issues promptly. Provide bathing opportunities. Regular bathing helps keep the skin healthy and may aid in the removal of old feathers. Consider supplementation. Some fanciers use supplements specifically designed to support feather growth and overall health during molt. 8. Common problems and health issues related to molt. While molting is a natural process, it can sometimes lead to health issues or exacerbate existing problems. Slow or incomplete molt. This can be caused by nutritional deficiencies, illness, or stress. Feather abnormalities. Poor nutrition or underlying health issues can result in malformed or weak feathers. Skin irritation. The emergence of new feathers can sometimes cause itching or inflammation. Increased susceptibility to illness. The energy demands of molting can temporarily suppress the immune system. Respiratory issues. Dust from molting feathers can sometimes irritate the respiratory tract. Behavioral changes. Some pigeons may become more aggressive or withdrawn during molt. Regular health checks and prompt attention to any abnormalities are crucial during the molting period. 9. Breeding and molt interactions. The relationship between breeding and molting is an important consideration for pigeon fanciers. Breeding activities can delay the onset of molt, while molting can impact a bird's breeding capabilities. Post-breeding molt. Many pigeons begin their molt shortly after the breeding season ends. Delayed molt in breeding birds. Pigeons actively engaged in breeding may delay their molt, potentially leading to a later or more rushed molting process. Impact on subsequent breeding. A late or prolonged molt can delay the start of the next breeding season. Juvenile molt. Young pigeons undergo their first adult molt at about 3 to 4 months of age, which is less extensive than subsequent annual molts. Careful planning of breeding and racing schedules in relation to the expected molt timing is essential for maintaining both breeding success and racing performance. 10. Advanced techniques for optimizing molt. Experienced pigeon fanciers often employ advanced techniques to optimize the molting process. Controlled lighting. Some fanciers use artificial lighting to manipulate molt timing, though this practice is controversial and may be prohibited in some racing organizations. Staggered molting. By carefully managing individual birds, some fanciers attempt to stagger the molt within their flock to always have some birds in peak condition. Feather quality assessment. Regular examination of molted feathers can provide insights into a bird's health and nutritional status. Molt-specific exercise regimens. Tailored exercise programs can help maintain muscle tone without overtaxing molting birds. Specialized molt supplements. Some fanciers use advanced supplementation strategies, including specific amino acid profiles and trace minerals, to support optimal feather growth. 11. The role of genetics in molting. Genetics play a significant role in various aspects of the molting process. Molt timing. There is evidence that the timing of molt onset has a genetic component, with some bloodlines consistently molting earlier or later than others. Molt duration. The speed at which birds complete their molt can also be influenced by genetics. Feather quality. Genetic factors contribute to the overall quality, strength, and color of feathers produced during molt. Stress resistance. Some pigeons may be genetically predisposed to handle the stress of molting better than others. Understanding the genetic factors influencing molt can aid in breeding decisions and flock management strategies. 12. Future directions in molt management. As our understanding of avian physiology and genetics advances, new approaches to molt management in racing pigeons are likely to emerge. Genetic testing. Future developments may allow for genetic testing to predict individual birds' molting patterns and potential issues. Targeted nutrition. More precise nutritional formulations based on individual birds' needs during different stages of molt may become available. Environmental control. Advanced loft designs with precise control over light, temperature, and humidity could optimize molting conditions. Health monitoring. New technologies for non-invasive health monitoring could allow for early detection of molt-related issues. Feather analysis. Advanced techniques for analyzing molted feathers could provide deeper insights into a bird's health and nutritional status. Conclusion. The molt is a critical period in the life cycle of racing pigeons, with far-reaching implications for their health, performance, and overall well-being. Understanding the biological processes involved, the factors that influence molt, and the best management practices is essential for any serious pigeon fancier. By carefully managing nutrition, environment, and overall health during the molt, pigeon enthusiasts can help ensure that their birds emerge from this challenging period in optimal condition. The molt, while often seen as a period of reduced capabilities, is in fact an opportunity for renewal and improvement. With proper care and attention, pigeons can complete their molt efficiently and effectively, setting the stage for success in future racing seasons. As research in avian biology continues to advance, our understanding of the molting process and how to optimize it will undoubtedly grow. Get my main racing system, just email me direct. I'm an experienced ex-pigeon racer from England, and I can offer valuable insights and guidance on all aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to racing. During my racing days, I managed a small team of no more than 70 pigeons, including stock, young birds, and old birds. It was not uncommon for me to send as few as 6 birds to a race and still secure the top 3 positions out of up to 2,500 pigeons in my club and federation. My race distances typically ranged up to 300 miles, and I consistently achieved top 5 placements in my club. My expertise extends to the art of selecting excellent breeders, including evaluating pigeons based on their eye sign characteristics. I firmly believe that true champions can only be bred from top quality stock, and I can guide you in identifying and acquiring such pigeons. I understand that many pigeons for sale are advertised based on their lineage or pedigree, but I emphasize the importance of assessing the bird itself rather than relying solely on paperwork. As part of my offer, I invite you to share photos of your pigeons, including their eye sign and wing characteristics. I'll provide you with free advice on racing and breeding based on my extensive experience and knowledge. Additionally, I will share auction links to high-quality breeding birds that have the potential to produce winners in your loft. Here's what you can expect to receive from me. A comprehensive Word document containing valuable insights and strategies for successful pigeon racing, including specific racing methods for both old and young birds, as well as general advice. Private YouTube videos sent to your email, covering various aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to race preparation. Detailed recommendations on supplements and additives to add to your pigeon's drinking water, with scientific evidence supporting their effectiveness. Similar products are used by professional athletes and racehorses to enhance performance. Assurance that your pigeons will race home faster, provided that you have quality birds to begin with.